네, 안녕하세요. 데일리팜 황병호 기자입니다. 메디컬 에스테틱 시장이 계속 성장하면서 안정성 역시 중요한 화두로 떠오르고 있는데요. 오늘은 재생에스테틱과 관련해서 네덜란드 피부과 전문의 조나단 카도우쉬 박사님과 재생에스테틱에 대한 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 박사님, 안녕하세요.
Thank you for the introduction and for having me. I'm Dr. Jonathan Kadoush, a dermatologist based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I've been working in aesthetic dermatology now for the past 10 years.
네, 제가 오프닝에 K-메디컬 에스테틱스의 시술에 대한 글로벌 관심이 높아지고 있다라고 설명을 했는데요. 특히나 시술 안정성에 대한 요구도 증가하고 있습니다. 글로벌 트렌드가 궁금할 수밖에 없을 것 같은데요. 이런 부분에 대해서 글로벌 메디컬 에스테틱 트렌드는 좀 어떻게 변화하고 있는지 여쭤보고 싶습니다.
Well, it's a very interesting question. What we've seen the past 20 years is that aesthetics has been moving away from surgery into minimally invasive and non-surgical modalities. So it's become more accessible and safer and made it easy to grow in numbers. And what we see is that once they moved away from the surgery, the injectables, the fillers became actually very popular to correct for the volume loss in the faces or to enhance features. But now they're moving away a little bit also because of this overfilling you sometimes see towards more regenerative aesthetics, focusing on skin quality. And it's also easier to maintain safety with these treatments.
네, 감사합니다. 말씀 주신 대로 글로벌 트렌드, 또 한국에서도 최소침습, 주사 시술이 계속 늘어나고 있는 것 같습니다. 특히나 메디컬 에스테틱스의 대표적인 시술로 히알루론산, 또 카하 같은 시술을 대표적으로 꼽을 수 있을 것 같은데요. 이 두 시술이 무슨 차이가 있는지 또 궁금하신 분들도 있으실 것 같아요. 그 차이에 대해서 설명 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다.
That's a very important question. So from the fillers point of view, the hyaluronic acid and KAHA are indeed the most represented. Hyaluronic acid more than KAHA because it's more accessible. The main difference is that hyaluronic acid is a natural component of the body. It's present in the joints, in the eyes, in the skin. And the way we use it as filler, it's mildly adjusted so that it lasts longer, or else it will be gone already in 3 or 4 weeks. And this way it can last maybe a year or 1.5 years, but it's a natural component of the body and it mainly fills volume. It's a correction for volume alone. Now if you look at KAHA, it's totally different. The filler is composed of particles, which are a synthetic variant of what we see in the bones and in the teeth, and it is broken down enzymatically, and during that breakdown process it develops or it creates collagen and elastin, new vascularization, so it has a more of a regenerative effect.
네, 감사드립니다. 그만큼 저 두 시술이 비슷하면서도 이제 차이가 있는 부분들입니다. 아무래도 이 미용 에스테틱 또 최소 침습으로 변화되고 있기는 하지만 그럼에도 이런 잘못된 시술로 인한 합병증 같은 부분에 대해서도 좀 궁금증이 생길 수밖에 없을 것 같은데요. 그런 부분에 대해서도 대처 방안들도 다른 부분인지 아니면은 합병증이 발생했을 때 비슷한 내용들로 이루어지게 되는 것인지 또 어떤 내용들 필요한지 여쭤보고 싶습니다.
Well, this is a very important question. So the products are different. Also their complications can be different by nature, and the main benefit from hyaluronic acid is that there's an antidote to it. We call it an antidote, and it's hyaluronidase, and this enzyme breaks down the hyaluronic acid filler. So the moment that the injector made, or maybe it's not because of the injector, but maybe it is, the moment a complication arises, most of the complications can be well managed by breaking down the filler with hyaluronidase. The hyaluronic acid can be broken down. So that is a good solution for almost all the issues you could get with the hyaluronic acid filler. And when you look at the KAHA, for example, because it's composed of small particles and not of a gel like hyaluronic acid, it does not have this antidote. Meaning that if you have a visible product of the KAHA, you cannot just solve it or dissolve it. So you need other strategies to reduce that problem. So there are strategies available for KAHA as well, and there are ways that you can, like what I always say, reduce the concentration of the particles by spreading them to a larger surface, and then generally speaking the problem is solved as well. But for some doctors with less experience using the product, it can be more challenging with working with this product because of not having an antidote. But moving the trend which is moving forward with using KAHA more as a regenerative product as instead of a volumizer significantly reduces the risk of issues with that product.
이런 이제 합병증 대항할 수 있는 방향에 대해서 말씀을 주셨는데요. 실제 임상 현장에서 또 환자분들을 진료하실 때 가능하면은 발생하면 안 되겠지만 또 의료엔 100%라는 게 없기 때문에 발생할 수도 있을 것 같아요. 그런 경우에 좀 어떤 대응하셨던 개인적인 경험이나 또 지금 전문가들이 이런 영상을 보실 때 더 전해주실 수 있는 팁도 있으실 것 같습니다. 어떤 게 있으실지 궁금합니다.
Well, generally speaking, the injectables, they can be a bit different in nature. And also within the KAHAs, there are different KAHAs on the market. Some might have a little bit more reactivity in the body than others. So one step always is to look at what has been published already on the safety of specific brands and choose your brand wisely so that you can avoid already a part of the issues that you can get with them. And within the group of the more favorable hyaluronic acids and KAHAs, of course they've got a very good safety profile, but every medical treatment can lead to a complication. That's always the case. And there are very good protocols for those type of complications. And the good thing about aesthetic medicine is that there's a lot of science around it. So there's a lot of publications done by doctors all over the world, and Korea is contributing a lot to those scientific developments, which is very good. So that means that there's a lot of information for the doctors out there. That's why I think it's also very important to keep up with these publications, and you don't have to invent the wheel yourself. Like I said, the protocols are mainly already there in the science, and what also helps is to be prepared. I always advise everybody, have this emergency kit in your clinic with everything you need for potential complications, and the protocols already there, and that will help you at least be prepared if something happens.